Hi, I'm Derek Kenny, and I'm here to help you get to your first $1,000,000 and beyond. I got to tell you, I love Dave Ramsey and how he has helped so many people, possibly like you, get out of credit card debt or be close to paying off your credit cards is powerful. And here's what you've told me. You wonder then, what's next? Well, I have good news for you. Welcome to the Millionaire Money Map, where we help you get to your first $1,000,000 and beyond and help you join the 2 Comma Club, because 2 commas are better than one and life's a lot more fun. Now, what we're going to do on this channel is give you the secrets that for so long people have thought there is this financial vault that all of the financial secrets to wealth are locked up in, and only a few people have the combination. We're going to break open that lock, and we're going to tell you how you can become a millionaire and live the life you've always wanted, and also be generous and give to the causes you care about, so that when you lay your head on the pillow at night, you have lived a day of meaning and purpose. And that's what we want for everybody right now. Here's what I want to tell you. There's a money Mythbuster that I want to break open today, and it goes like this. Setting goals takes away your enjoyment. Because if you're going to enjoy life, you can't have goals, right? Goals are limiting. They're going to hold you back. Let me tell you a story. A funny story, actually. So I had an idea about 12 years ago. I decided to have family goal setting. Now, I wish you could have been in the room that day. The groans from my kids. They were saying mean things to Dad. They probably were throwing things at me. It was terrible. It was like I was torturing my children, asking them to sit down to set goals. Well, what happened then, once they began to do that, and we would create note cards that we would then put on the bathroom mirror and on our nightstand and in our cars to remind us of what was important to us, well, they began to achieve success. And what happened is, here 12 years later, now they're bringing their friends to family goal setting every year. And what it taught me was, many people think that goals are actually a limit. What I believe, goals are actually a sunroof. They allow you to enjoy more of life's goodness and God's blessings because you know what you want. What I find is, if you're like me, you might be a hard-charging person, you love to accomplish things, and if you don't know what you're hard-charging toward, you're going to run really fast in a circle. I want to help you avoid that. But before I do that, let me press pause and say, right now, be sure and follow this channel. I don't want you to miss any insights that's going to help you get closer to being a millionaire and getting your first $1,000,000 and beyond. You've worked hard to pay down your credit card debt. We want to give you a proven plan, 5 steps, that if you follow them, it's helped thousands of people all around the country achieve their first million and beyond, and we want you to be the next person. So take a moment and smash that follow button right now. All right, let's get right to it. Money Mythbuster. Setting goals takes away your enjoyment. Now, let me tell you why that's not true. Listen, I know when you get your paycheck, the temptation is, I want to spend and then I'll save what's left over, right? Oftentimes we do the same thing with our giving. You know, if I want to give to the church or to a cause I care about, if I have any money left over, then I'll give it. But what often happens, if we're being honest, there's typically more month left than there is money. And therefore, there's no money left over to save or to give. And that's this cycle that you keep finding yourself in. We want to press stop on that cycle. We want to get you off that treadmill. And the key is to think of your saving like a bill. And we're going to talk more about this, of how the wealthy become wealthy because they place wealth as a priority. Just like I know, if you have children, you want to do all you can to care for your kids. Even if it means you sacrificing personally, you'll pay the extra $20 a month, $50 a month for the extra lesson at school or for the extra soccer lesson, because you want your kids to have a great life. I know you as a parent, you care deeply for them and you want to do all that you can for them. My role is to care deeply for you. I want to help you and give you the tools you need because I know you work hard, but I want to help you work smart and not just accumulate wealth. Because let me tell you a secret. Many people set a goal to be a millionaire. They want that 2 commas. They work hard and they save, and I've helped them do this. But in absence of knowing what their purpose is and what really drives them, they reach the top of their mountain, and guess what? They look around and it's lonely. They don't feel that sense of fulfillment they thought they would. So we want to press the X button and we want to say none of that for you. We want you to experience the joy and meaning and fulfillment in your life as you are building your wealth. It's not either or, it's both and that's what we have for you. So the first step to that, you might think that if I set goals, it's going to hold back my enjoyment. That is flat, dead wrong, because here's what a good goal is. A good goal is not punishing yourself and saying, well, here's what I have to do. A good goal is, here's what I want to do. Here's what I want to do for my personal life. You know, a lot of news we hear about is about the, quote, general economy. The economic news, jobs numbers, inflation, interest rates, all those things. And you may wonder, what does that mean to me? So I like to call it your personal economy, because that's really all that I care about is your guide on this journey. When you get home at night and you're putting food on the table, you're talking to your kids, you're talking to your spouse, whatever your situation is, I want you to know that you have a game plan and you're building a life that you want. I'll tell you a story. When I was a college student, I took a couple night classes, and there was a vast difference between the people I went to the morning classes with, typically my age, when I was 18, 19, and those people who were going to night classes who were typically in their even 30s or 40s. And the reason why is they were there for a purpose. They were giving something up to be at that college class. You see, as a young student, that's all I had to do. But these returning students, they were sacrificing something. They were giving up time with their family, giving up time doing a hobby they loved, giving up time with friends to better their life. And that's why I take what I'm telling you right now so seriously, because it's worked. I'm not going to tell you something that I have not used personally or have not guided other people just like you to the path of wealth, to help them become a millionaire and beyond. So when we think about what it is that could take away your joy, it's setting goals that you don't care about. So instead, here's what I want you to do. But before we do that, do this. Smash right now the follow button so that you're following this content. I don't want you to miss any update that we give on this channel, because it will help you get one step closer to becoming a millionaire. All right, so how do you actually bring enjoyment then to setting your goals? Let me give you some simple steps. Number one, you can write this on a note card, even on a sticky note in your journal. Write out one financial goal that's important to you. That might be, I want to retire at a certain age. And then write down how much monthly income you would like to have. Now, you may not know exactly what that is, but the goal is we're setting a goal and you're writing down the age of when you want that. And then I want you to write down, picture what is it that you want to do in retirement. And I want you to get a really vivid picture of what that is. Do you see yourself walking on the beach and feeling the kernels of sand crunch between your toes while you're holding your grandson or granddaughter's hand? Or do you picture yourself crawling on the floor, chasing your grandkids and being in enough physically fit shape to do that? Or do you picture yourself traveling to some places you've only read about? Whatever that is, write that down, because that's going to become the compelling picture that will drive you to hit that goal. Now, what I'm going to tell you next, not many people talk about, but it has caused more successful people to become wealthy and hit the $1 million and beyond. And here's what it is. Write down what is at stake if you don't achieve that goal. In other words, what terrible, bad, horrible thing could happen to you or your loved ones if you don't achieve that goal. And what that means is you would miss out on feeling the kernels of sand between your toes, walking on the beach, holding your grandson or granddaughter's hand. You'd miss out on crawling on the floor chasing your grandkids. You'd miss out on going to those faraway places you've only dreamed about. And you'd miss out on deepening those relationships and living that fulfilling life of meaning you want in retirement. You see, if you're like me, you can't afford to let that happen. And personally, I can't afford to let you let that happen because I believe God made you. He made one of you. You're an OG. And I want you to have an OG, an original, for those of you that are older that don't know the cool younger terms, an original life experience. Because you see in the movies, when I watch these movies all the time, there's typically a character that laments, meaning they express regret. They're laying on their deathbed, and what they say is, if only I had spent more time with the people I cared about, if only I had worked less, if only I had done these other things. Well, I don't want that for you. Your life is too valuable to let that happen. And how we stop that is living a life today of meaning and purpose. By you following these 5 steps for the Millionaire Money Map, you've shown you can get yourself out of credit card debt. And now you've wondered what's next, and here we go. And in the next segments, we're going to be talking about how to set even more goals, how to have communication with your spouse, the person you love the most, so that you're on the same page with money. You'd be shocked by how many past clients that I came across after the fact who got divorced when they got retired because they didn't know who the person was anymore. They spent so much time raising their children that they forgot about growing the relationship with the other person. We're not going to let that happen with those of you in the Millionaire Money Map. All right, so the bottom line is, right now, press follow. I don't want you to miss any of this content because we're going to help you become the next millionaire and beyond. Stay with us.